We're going to talk about mixing colors together. In this instance, we're going to talk about flesh tone. Always remember, you always add the darker color into the lighter color. So in this situation, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hue, the color that I actually want. So to get a flesh color, and there's so many different ways of getting flesh color, but I'm going to start with some alizarin crimson, which is basically a nice red color. I'm going to take yellow ochre, and I take equal amounts of yellow ochre and alizarin crimson. And now what I start to do is I start to add my darker color into my lighter color. So there's my lighter color, and I'm going to start adding my darker color into my lighter color. And the reason why is it takes a lot less of the darker color to change the lighter color. Otherwise, I'd make so much paint, I probably would waste too much. So I come in here and I mix this together. You can start to see the flesh value coming up. And I can make it darker or lighter. I can change the hue to a little bit more red. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of the white. I like to go in a 1:1 to 2 ratio when I'm making my flesh tone. So that means 1 part alizarin crimson, 1 part yellow ochre, and 2 parts white. So there's a basic flesh tone. And one of the things I like to do with the flesh tone is I like to add a little bit of phthalo blue and a small amount of phthalo blue, because what it'll do is it'll dull it down a little bit, and I kind of say it gets away from almost that cartoony looking color. So take a little bit. You can see it'll change the color quite a bit. That's how I work with my flesh color. Now, it's a little bit thick, so I use something called Liquin, and Liquin basically is a quick drying medium for any kind of oil or alkyd color. It basically improves the flow, the transparency, and the smoothness of the oil paint. So I like to take a little of that and work with my flesh tone. Now, once I have a basic flesh tone, now I can make it darker and lighter depending on the shade that I want. I can use it for shadows and highlights, so I might take white over here, mix it together to have a lighter value. So now I have a light, a middle value, and even a darker value. So I try to work them together.